Can we talk about ethics in our culture for emerging hip hop moguls, hip hop artists? What should be done to clean up some of this mess that's been created over the last 10, 20, 30 years as laws change? Because
Yeah.
us blaming the system isn't going to change anything. I agree with the political timing of it.
You have, Ian, that we could talk because that's like that's a huge question or to
Part
put
of
forward.
it, I think, is people need to start seeking legal representation and having open and honest conversations with experts, the same way they tune into you guys to get investment tips and tune in to make financial decisions. They do that to inform themselves. And I think that people wait until the indictment or wait until something happens and then they go and get the lawyer instead of having ongoing dialogue with your CPA, ongoing dialogue with your attorney that is a part of your team that is tapped into whatever it is that you're doing professionally and personally so that you're aware. There's some sort of arrogance that I think when dudes are making money and moving fast, that, yeah, I don't need that. And how many dudes will say, yeah, I got the bag, I got the bag, I got the stash. And then as soon as something happens and I'm having these conversations, I say the rent is $1,000. And there's the humming. No, I don't want to hear humming. You had the money when it was time to go to those bottles. You had money for that. You had money when it was time to get drip. You had money for all of these other things, but you didn't plan accordingly and say, you know what? I know that there could be issues that arise and they may not be issues of my own doing. It could be unfortunate circumstances. I'm going to be prepared financially and constantly tapped in with advisors instead of thinking that the homie from the block is going to tell you what the outcome is. Jailhouse lawyer or your man that just did a 20-year bid has the information, because while they may know bits and pieces, they're not going to be able to save you when the indictment comes down. So I think there needs to be a change, and you guys have set sort of the model for still be cool, we can still be swaggy, but be informed. We need to be informed in all aspects of the things that we're doing if we're going to protect ourselves.
Yeah. William, like in that scenario, like just because they're successful, they shouldn't think about negative, like we're going to jail or indictments coming. If you're doing wrong, if you do dirt, you get dirt. I get it. But if you're generating legal money, like for our case, my whole life, I worked my whole life. The feds know that. They know that. They know who I am. I'm from a family of 8. They still came. Why would I be preparing for a federal indictment? See, that's a perspective I don't see when you say that. It's like, no, that's not real. When he asks, how do you change it? How do you change? I'm going to ask this question to you. Again, I'll pose a question because when you say, how do you change it? How do you change someone like a baby, okay, in Slim from New Orleans, that this is what they grew up and now they're generating hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's tough.
Where their mindset came from to get that money. If they didn't have it, they wouldn't get it. See, and that's what they think. It's just like an artist that makes a hit record. And you started seeing all these artists start do drugs, and I'll tap into that real quick because this is what people that are not inside the culture don't understand. I believe there's a record with it's with he's from Memphis. Come on, oh my goodness! But I think it's Lil Wayne, and he said whatever's in that red cup.
Oh, money bag, yo.
And he said, and it's the beginning of the record, but I think it's Lil Wayne's voice. He said, if I make this hit record, and then I had this red cup, he's talking about that lean, whatever is in that cup. He said, and if I drink it and I make another, he said, I'm gonna keep that drinking from that red cup. See, that's what the hood will do. So you want someone to be educated and smart, like you guys all are on this thing, but that's not the cloth they're cut from, and it's not what made them successful. And anyone that's successful, and I'll put you all in that same category, will do exactly what you did to become successful, over and over and over. If I'm lying, you stop me. Because that's the nature of any successful person. They understand that blueprint and they use it to the best of their knowledge and ability to do it again. They didn't go to law school. They went through these things. Diddy, again, he might have had a better upbringing, but we're talking sexual acts for the most part. We didn't talk nothing else really except for sexual acts. So I never look at someone's sexual preference or acts of things. Now, if they're doing kidnapping, I don't believe he's a kidnapper. I don't believe he's raping. I don't believe that, right? That's just me. Is he into some crazy shit with a lot of oil? So what? That's his preference.